Good evening, friends. Pastor Justin here, and I am sitting today. I have the pleasure today and the privilege of sitting with Mia Ruiz, who is the director at Ruiz Place, Oak Trail Shores. This is the second time we've done this interview. I went out a week or two ago out to their facility out there at Ruiz Place OTS, and it was funny because Mia is just always working on behalf of the kids and the families out there. And so she realized right before we did the interview that she had to get some lunch bags sacked really quickly. It was almost time for those bags to go out. And so she asked if she could sack food while we did the interview. And I said, you know what, I think that's perfect because that shows you really in your element doing what you do. And it was great. It was so much fun for me, and you gave me a tour, and we sacked lunches together. And unfortunately, lunch bags are loud. And when I went back and watched the interview, the bags, the crinkling of the bags was so distracting and annoying that I was like, I'm sorry. I think we're gonna have to do this again. So take two, and here is Mia Ruiz. Mia, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we love you. We appreciate you. And before we talk about Ruiz Place OTS, we just like to get to know you better. And some of our folks have had the chance to get to know you a little bit through some of the projects that we've done together, but some of them haven't gotten to know you yet. So tell us just a little bit about you and what drew you to this work, why you love what you do, why you do what you do. That's a lot. It was like 4 questions in a row. Who is Mia Ruiz?
I am where I'm at, I guess, because of my mom. My mom has worked for nonprofits ever since I can remember. She helped start Ruiz Place, the clinic, and of course all the programming that we have in place now. So I guess it's something my mom has instilled in me. I've always volunteered. I make my kids volunteer.
Yeah.
We just really love helping the community. I love kids. I love working with kids. So the fact that my job is to help kids and their family as a whole is a real blessing.
Yeah, we see that in you. I mean, it's impossible to miss when you walk around out there and see you doing what you do. You just wear that love for those kids on your face, and you got some awesome kids out there.
I do. We work with some really awesome kids and awesome families, and it's really a great place and a great blessing to be there. It's
very good.
I'm so grateful.
Well, it's a blessing for them too, and I know they are as we are grateful for you. Okay, so again, a lot of our folks, know a little bit about what Ruiz Place is, a little bit about Ruiz Place OTS and what you do. Again, some folks don't. Tell us a little bit about the organization. What is Ruiz Place, and then what is Ruiz Place Oak Trail Shores?
Okay, so Ruiz Place, we started out as a clinic, and it was about 14 years ago.
Okay.
Don't hold me on that. I could be wrong. It was a long time ago. And Norma Wright and a few others saw that there was a huge need for medical care for people with no insurance in Hood County. They did prenatal care. They did lots of different things in the beginning. And the clinic kind of outgrew the trailer in Oak Trail Shores where we're at now. And they moved over to Crawford, and they expanded a lot of their services once they moved there because it's a bigger space. So they have medical care, eye care, dental care. They do labs out of the clinic now over on Crawford. They do a lot of great things for the community.
That's wonderful. And that's Crawford. That's kind of like behind Tuesday Morning and stuff over there. Yeah, where the old Kroger used to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what they do there. And I don't think I even realized that where you are in OTS is where the original facility for Ruiz Place was.
Yeah.
Okay. So when they then moved to Crawford Court, still had this facility there in OTS. And then what was the vision for that? What did that become?
So we continued to do the outreach after the clinic moved, which at the time was, food pantry, ESL, and then our director at the time, Craig Gossard, he got a grant for us to run kids programming. So we started our after school program. We had been running Healthy Kids for a pretty long time, but we were able to grow that program with that grant as well. So we just
a little bit of everything out there.
We do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. What would you say? So, and I don't know if you have a singular mission statement that's different from that of Ruiz Place in general, but if you had to put it kind of in one sentence, like why Ruiz Place OTS exists, why would you say that is?
I think it's just to overall build families up.
Mm-hmm.
If they're lacking in any skill, we want to help them with that. If their family needs help with anything, we want to help them help themselves with that.
Yeah.
I think that's my mission.
Yeah.
And
the word dignity comes to mind,
mm-hmm.
right? One of our 4 core values here is dignity. Just the belief that, every person has inherent dignity as children of God. And it seems
mm-hmm.
like, from what I've seen, a lot of the work that you all do is about reminding people of that and helping to foster that dignity in people, helping them be self-sufficient and live reasonably well, and okay, that's great.
Absolutely.
That's great. Thank you. Okay. So then a lot of need in our community. Last time we were together, I think you and I talked about the fact that, Hood County's it's a beautiful but strange place. It's the kind of thing where, there's a lot of wealth in Hood County. There's a lot of poverty in Hood County, and you don't necessarily, if you're just driving through the middle of town, you don't see that poverty so much, but it's really there. A lot of needs have been evolving and changing over the past couple of months, certainly with COVID. How are you, as you look around the families that you serve, the community you serve, what needs are you most concerned about? What challenges are you most concerned about right now?
Obviously there's a lot of stress for everybody right now. There's a lot of unknown things. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of stress in children because of that. A lot of stress in moms. We have a few families who have gone back to work, and they're scared because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids are scared because of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few that are still sheltering in place. I think our biggest problem right now is stress. I think stress is the root of a lot of things. I think it's the root of substance abuse, of child abuse, of domestic family violence. It's stress. Stress can make people do a lot of things, and so that's what I'm really worried about, and which is broad, I know. So really, any way I can help or put anything out into that community right now, I want to. That's what I'm going to do.
Ease minds, hearts, yeah.
Anything, whether that's just talking to a mom for 40 minutes after she picks up her lunch because she just needs to vent, or, finding somebody to help with the utility bill, or making food packages, or, there's a lot of different needs. And I think you really have to sit with the families and the people we serve to see what their need in that moment is, because it's ever changing right now. It's different every week. They're back at work, and for a while they weren't working, and it's a lot.
Yeah. You and I think talked recently about the fact that a lot of families are living anyway, like right kind of at the edge of sustainability in terms of mm-hmm. their income and everything. And then now, when you have loss of work, loss of income, that can kind of throw families over a cliff. And I'm assuming that's a big part of where that anxiety comes from. Like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get by? Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. You just said something that I think spoke to one of the images that I have of your work, which is relationship. It's not just about like handing stuff out or whatever, or sending things out. It's about using those opportunities, not just to meet needs, but to get to know people, so that you can really understand better what their needs are and meet them at a deeper level. Yeah. What is, so as you look forward, we're in this extra challenging time in our community. We want to be, and I don't know how well we do it, but we are trying to be a church that listens. And I think, it's no secret that a lot of Christian churches, and I'm sure we've done this at times too, have this idea that, we want to come up with our ideas of what people need and then go and scatter blessing, and that really, if we're being faithful, that we shouldn't be doing that. We should be trying to understand what the real needs are and then doing what we can to try to help. So as you think about all of this, and now that you've kind of gotten to know us a little bit, how can we help right now over the next few months? What are the kinds of things that we can do to really, truly respond to what the needs are?
That's a hard question. As a church, y'all already do so much to help us. It's been such a blessing having y'all kind of adopt us and help us help the community. So it's hard to answer because y'all do so much, and probably things that you don't even know are going on. But one of your members comes and mows for us, which is amazing because we don't have the means to do that. I don't have the time. Donated freezers so we can serve meat and continue to serve meat through our food pantry. Donated meat for our food pantry. The activity packs for kids. I wouldn't have been able to get very many out at all if y'all hadn't helped us with that. Y'all already do so much, and we are so grateful for that.
Now, wait a minute. Are you telling me that members of our church are helping out there without my permission?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. And that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
No, we get text messages like, "Hey, what do y'all need? Hey, how can I help?" And they've definitely listened and responded and have helped us a ton. I won't name names.
I'm guessing that some of the people, I have pictures in my mind of who some of these people may be, and I'm guessing they don't want the rest of us to know that they're doing that.
Which is funny,
but
I get it.
Yeah.
So I guess to continue helping, we did have to cancel our main fundraiser for the year. So funding is definitely hard right now for things like the kids' activity packs, which we're still doing, summer reading club, which is going amazingly, and kids are participating, and I'm so happy.
How is that happening?
I'm doing it all through Facebook and passing stuff out with lunches. So I pick a book for the week and do activities kind of based on what the book's about. I read it, make a video of me reading it and post it online and send it out to parents so the kids can follow me along at home. And they bring the packets back for prizes, and they have reading logs. I've gotten quite a few turned in this week, which is really exciting for me because I'm a book nerd. And just getting good new quality books into the hands of kids has been really fun and great. They're excited to get them, and I'm just really excited to see kids excited about reading. We started this last year in person, and I knew we had to keep doing it. You don't want to lose momentum at all. But so with COVID and us not being, doing our normal programming during the summer, it was definitely like, how do I figure out how to do this, virtually or without much contact, so I can keep our family safe and myself safe as well.
Right.
But I think I did it.
Yeah.
It's going well.
Good.
So we can definitely use more books. We do about 50 lunches a week, and I'd say I give probably that many books out not 50. We do 50 lunches a day, so I'm giving that many kids,
Wow.
1 to 2 books a week.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to run out.
Yeah. Okay. So books.
Books, prizes for participating in those books and our weekly challenges. I'm still trying to keep kids busy. So we do a weekly challenge, like, build a robot out of Play-Doh or Legos. We're out of Legos. If your kids have Legos that they're not using, you can take them.
All right.
Because our kids don't have them.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive, and that's, Legos aren't a priority, especially right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for the weekly challenges, I like to hand out whatever materials they're going to need to do them.
Got it.
For lunches, we can always use individual snack bags of, chips or goldfish or Cheez-Its to pass out with their sandwiches or whatever their main thing is. It's usually a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Food is pretty well taken care of for food pantry.
Praise God for that, right?
Yeah.
There was a grant that came in at some point, right? No, I thought there was
people bringing me food.
It's just people bringing food.
It's just people bringing food. Hood County is amazing. Anytime you say that there's a need, Hood County definitely responds.
Yeah.
So food pantry is going smoothly.
Good. We talked, and I'm actually right after I meet with you, I'm meeting with our summer seasonal ministry team, and we're going to be talking again about the Miracle Day that we had talked about before. And I think the focus there, let's tease this out for our people because they may not know about this yet, but we spoke about your concern for moms right now. I mean, a lot of moms talk about stress, right? Mm-hmm. Not just the normal stresses of life, but on top of that, they've been stuck at home with
Mm-hmm.
kids for a long time, sometimes several kids. Seven kids. Exhausting. And we had talked about wanting to do something special mm-hmm. for moms. What was the need? What were we talking about doing?
I think just a dinner, like a night where moms don't have to worry about cooking or, cleaning up after you cook, and just because I know at home I am cooking
mm-hmm.
Which is, it's a lot, especially if you have 6, 7 kids. That's a lot of cooking. So mm-hmm. We could take a meal off their hands. I think that would be a big help. I think that'd be really appreciated. Maybe like a little spa package or something, just a little self-care package.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've talked about. We've talked about doing a Miracle Day for moms, maybe preparing some nice meals to take out to families, and then also, spa kit, self-care kit, something like that. Just, just a little something to let moms know that we see them and that mm-hmm. we know just how amazing they are and how hard they're working. So congregation, we'll have more information about that soon. I think we're going to do that in July. And then, okay, so again, reviewing here to make sure I understand. So bringing prepackaged foods is still helpful, but really books, Legos, the kits, I think we're planning to make some more. Amy set us up to make some more kits that we can bring out to you. If people want to provide any of these things, if they don't know how to get them to you, they can bring them here and we can get them to you. So no, that's an option, folks. But also, if they want to order something on Amazon, the easiest thing is just to have it sent directly to where? To your house, to the facility? Remind me what we're doing on that.
We're sending it to my mom's house.
To your mom's house.
I live in the woods, so I don't have a mailbox.
Okay. Sending it, and a lot of people know Angelita, so sending it to her house. Friends, I will post again at some point here her address if you want to send things directly via Amazon out there. And I just, I'm joking about the people doing things on their own. That's great, really. I mean, that's amazing. Just to have people claim you guys and your ministry, just to be in direct relationship with you. And they can send things, they can bring things here. And then if they just want to find out more about how to donate financially or how to be involved in other ways, what do they do? Do they call you? Do they email?
Yeah, they can email me or call me.
Give us your email address.
It's Ruiz, Ruiz, @gmail.com. And my cell phone number is 682-500-8919. You can call and text me. Texting is better anytime. I have a toddler that doesn't sleep, so I'm always up.
There you go. Tell us, Mia, there's been, I know that your work and the work of your program has borne a lot of fruit and made a lot of difference for a lot of people. You told me last time we did this, a beautiful story about, and I think I may have quoted it in one of my sermons in the last couple of weeks. But the question I had asked was, tell us a story, and I know obviously confidentiality is important. You can't use names and all that kind of stuff or specific details, but just tell us a story of the kind of change that you've seen, a story of a child, a family that you're really proud of.
I'm going to tell the same story.
Yeah, please do. It's a really good one.
So we had a family come to us, and they had a son. He didn't. He had a speech delay, so we recommended, services through the school. He was, 3 or 4, so he learned to speak at school. This was a Spanish-speaking family. They didn't speak any English. So he learned to speak at school, and he learned to speak English. So he couldn't speak, to his mom. He couldn't communicate with his family. The dad spoke a little bit of English, so he could talk to his dad a little bit. And which as a parent, I can't imagine not being able to communicate with my child because we don't speak the same language. It's crazy to think about. But also, if you have a child with a speech delay in the school, you have to go to all kinds of meetings and ARDs. So mom, because she speaks Spanish, I don't speak a lot of Spanish. It's not good. She helped her, kind of navigate through the ARD meetings. We referred them to the Child Study Center. He came to our after school program once he was old enough, and we realized he was behind in quite a few areas. He couldn't read well or do, basic arithmetic. So we kind of jumped in there, and the mom started coming to our ESL class. So she was learning to speak English with us, and we said, well, this is a great time for y'all to learn together. He's struggling with reading. You need to learn to read English. So we gave them, a bunch of beginning to read books, the level 1 readers and stuff like that. And we provided them the support so they could learn to read together. And it was really cool to see, just kind of full circle, helping families in different ways and really listening to what they need. And he speaks well now. She speaks pretty good English now.
Wow.
He reads much better. And I think we had something to do with that. So
yeah, no doubt. You not only helped them develop a skill, but you brought them closer together, and that's the perfect embodiment of what you do. And we appreciate that. Yeah, that is great. I'm going to spring one more question on you that I didn't ask last time, but that I wished that I had. So blessing here in the fact that we had to do this again. I think it's an important question, and nobody can answer it better than you can. Your mother is a hero of this community, and I don't know the extent to which everybody realizes, just what a blessing she has been to the children and the people of Hood County. Can you can you brag on her a little bit? Let's celebrate. Let's close by celebrating your mama and the blessing that she has been and the blessing that she is.
That's a lot. I don't know. My mom's amazing. She started a lot of great programs. She's facilitated a lot of great programs. She's helped so many people get off drugs or, get their kids back, get their stuff together. It's just, I don't know. There's so much to say. I don't have anything to say, which is crazy. She's helped moms have healthy pregnancies and kind of did, the doula work after that. We can't go into Walmart without seeing families she's helped and, hugs and thank you and for, doing this. And she's helped so many people in so many different ways. I could be here all day telling you different instances and different families, different people that she's helped. And she still, people show up at her house at, 8:00 at night. I have this letter. I can't read it. I don't know what it means. Will you help me? And she'll help them and write their bills out or whatever it is, help them apply for Medicaid or Medicare insurance. She has one older gentleman, he doesn't speak English, and she's kind of adopted him, and she takes him to his appointments in Fort Worth and takes care of him.
What do you think drives her?
I don't know. I think what? Thanks, Justin. I think doing God's work is a big part of it. I think too, my mom does a lot of things that she wished people had done for her, maybe in her youth and her. I think if she had been better educated, she.
Yeah. She is. So I'm a Jesus guy, unapologetically. Okay. And Jesus was the perfect embodiment of sacrifice and what that's all about, and a willingness to give himself over completely so that other people could know life more fully. And I think your mom walks that out really well. I think she is a true disciple of Jesus, and follows him where he would have gone, to that man's house to help get him to his appointment. And so, Angelita, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, I want to thank you. We as a community want to thank you for all that you do and all that you are. Mia, thank you for all that you are, all that you do. You've thanked us a lot, and the truth is that it needs to be the other way around, because you have done more for us than we've done for you. And we, if we aren't aware of that all the time, we should be. So thank you for thank you for allowing us to be your partner in this and to co-labor with you in God's work. Thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you, friends. God bless you, church.